Sir, you can start, sir.
Yes, yes. At the outset, I'd like to express my sincere thanks to the Secretary of PPG College of Education and the principal and the coordinator of this 7-day seminar on various titles, no, ethical leadership and other things. And I would like to express all the sincere thanks to all the participants who are going to give their cooperation. Without your cooperation, I cannot successfully complete this 1 hour session. So in anticipating your cooperation, I would like to thank you all. And also, I would like to thank the coordinator of this program for giving me this opportunity to meet you all in this virtual platform. Thank you, one and all. Let us start this program. Before I'm going to start this session, let me ask you a few questions about this ethical leadership. First of all, we must have some idea about ethics. Can you tell me what is ethics or what are ethics? I think as nearly as 65 participants are here. Can any one of you tell me what are ethics? Yes.
Participants can raise your hands.
Yes. Okay, let us start. So ethics or moral principle, as very often we are using this word in our profession and in our society, we are using this word ethics. But many of us don't know the real meaning of ethics and the real meaning of morality and real meaning of moral values. So let me tell you first what are ethics. Ethics are moral principles or code of conducts which govern all our activities in our day-to-day life. So these moral principles is concerned with how we behave and what we are doing. Is this is what is actually ethics. And so often we are using the word ethics and morality. And can you tell me the difference between ethics and morality? So often we are using this word interchangeably. So instead of ethics, we are using morality, and instead of morality, we are using ethics. So interchangeably, we are using these two terms, but there are some slight difference between the two terms. What is the difference between these two terms is called morality is as philosophical concept and ethics is a practice. So morality is nothing but as what is theoretical base of what is it, ethics. Oh, the ethics is nothing but the practical aspect of this morality. So this is the difference between ethics and morality. And morality, the term morality originated from Latin word morale, mores. And ethics is Greek word is origined from what is the word is ethos. Both are having the same meaning as, but there is a slight difference, as you said, no, theory and practice. The difference between morality and ethics is theory and practice. This is the difference. If a person is morally good, if a person has moral values, definitely he can be an ethical person. So people are saying, no, I'm ethically, I'm morally good, but they don't have, if they don't, if they fail to express that, what is the moral values in their day-to-day life, we cannot say no, it has, they have moral values in their life. So moral values can be taught, but ethics cannot be taught. It can be only practiced. It can be only practiced in schools and colleges. No, as teachers are teaching these moral values, but they cannot teach this. What is it? Ethics. So ethics can only be practiced. So teachers are teaching moral values, but they fail to teach, practice these moral values in their day-to-day life. That's why the students fail to imitate the values, moral values. So what, as a teacher, what we have to do, we have to practice the ethical values in our day-to-day life. Practicing is very important. As you all know, preaching is very simple and practicing is very difficult, right? So this is the difference between morality and ethics. So teaching is very simple and practicing is very difficult. So ethical people is guided by our, what is it, as a moral behavior in our day-to-day life. So this is what the meaning of ethics and moral values and morality. And let me see the another term we are using in our title now, leadership. What is can you tell me who is a leader first? Can you, any of you tell me who is a leader? Yes, madam. Sona, please tell me.
So the one who take in charge of their work.
Okay, the one who take in charge of their work. Okay. Any other answer? Yes, fine. Let us see who is the leader. The leader is one who influences team members, and the person who is influenced by the team members is called a leader. She or he influences his team member, and influenced by the team member is called a very good leader. Okay, leadership is what it is. Leadership is an art. So leadership is an art, inspiring and encouraging these, what is it, team members to achieving certain common goals in their, what is it, profession, or their in their organization. So this is a difference between leader and leadership. Okay. And the leader is one who inspire and one who influence his team member. And leadership is an what is it? Leadership is an uh, art of inspiring and guiding and encouraging the team members to achieving a certain common goal and interest of the organization. So this is called leadership. Let us enter this title now, the fostering ethical leadership, examining the role of ethical leadership in creating a positive school culture. So this is the title we are going to discuss now. Here, let me start from here now. Exploring the significance of ethical leadership in education. So what is the significance of this ethical leadership? The ethical leadership, no, it is very essential for the success of a long run of an educational institution. Okay, this is not the success of a short-term, gain. Instead, so for the long-term gain, this ethical leadership is very, very essential for an organization. So this ethical leadership shines a model of responsibility, integrity, and trust. As a leader, no, ethical leader of an organization or an education, a institution or a school or colleges, no. So the ethical leader must be a model of responsibility, integrity, and trust. And he is doing all what is right and what is fair for the organization or this well-being of the stakeholders like students, teachers, parents, community, and other sort of this members of the society. So this man now is a ethical leader, prioritizes the well-being of the stakeholders, as I said now, no. So all sort of stakeholders, not only for the welfare of the teachers or students, even from the parents and other community members. So for this, no, the ethical leadership is very essential. And this ethical leader promotes trust and accountability, as I said earlier. No, this accountability is very important. So he will take responsibility for each and every gain and loss of the organization, or this failure and success of the organization. So this is the responsibility of this ethical. The ethical leader will see, no, all other people, no, is the one who doesn't have ethical values. He will blame the subordinate students and other people, or the head of the institutions, or the authorities of the institution. But the person who has the ethical value will take all responsibility and accountability for this loss and gain and what success and failure of the organization. And as I said earlier, no, this ethical leadership is very important for the long-term confidence, earns the long-term confidence of all type of stakeholders. Okay, that's why, you know, there are n number of institutions in Coimbatore district and across the Tamil Nadu, many. But yeah, very few institutions are called reputed institutions or well-known institutions. What is the reason why these institutions are called well-reputed institution or well-renowned and well-known institutions? Because of that, integrity, because of that, ethical principles they are following in their professions. So as a ethical, if an educational institution has a ethical leader, definitely it will be a very good credit for these institutions, as well the credit for the students and the parents also, right? So this is the significance of ethical leadership in an education and well, as educational institution. Next, let me see these. Let us see the key elements of ethical leadership. What are the key elements of ethical leadership? As you all know, so often we are talking about all this. Integrity, fairness, empathy, responsibility, and social responsibility. So as a teacher, every one of us should ask this question, whether I have this integrity, whether I fair, I have sympathy and empathy, whether I'm a responsible person, socially responsible person. So how can we analyze ourselves? Self-evaluation is very important. So as a teacher, as a head of the institution, we must evaluate ourselves. Let us see one by one the important characteristics of ethical leadership. The first one is integrity. So the person now is one who has integrity, is a ethical leader, truthful and sincere in their interaction. As in Tamil, we can say integrity is nermai. It's a nermai, no? Honesty in our profession, honesty. So ethical leaders are truthful and sincere in their interaction with students, colleagues, and parents. And they do not deceive or mislead others, and there is no, they don't have any hidden agenda. As the openness is there, openness is there. That is what truthfulness and sincerity as one of the components of integrity. And the person who has integrity, is an ethical leader who has integrity, as a make ethical decision based on moral principles and values, considering best interest of the students and the broader school community. So this is another the decision, as I said earlier, transparent decision making. So if the ethical person, if he wants to take any decision, important decision, he discuss with the team members. I mean, team members means, fellow teachers, even with the students and parents. They will take what is it? Transparent and black and white decision making process. So this is another quality of this ethical leader. And respect of diversity, the third aspect of what is it, characteristics of ethical leader. Ethical leader show respect of the students' diverse background. So in terms of this physical, emotional, and economic what is it, aspects. So a school, a classroom has some physically challenged students and some sort of students, emotionally weak, and some students may economically oppressed or economically backward students. So the ethical leader or ethical person, show respect to all sort of these students, the diverse background, perspectives, and their abilities. They listen to their students' opinion and concern with the open-mindedness. So this is another quality of ethical leader. So when we are talking about this diversity, so nowadays in many international schools and public schools, multicultural classrooms are there. So the students from various cultural background, a classroom has students with various cultural backgrounds. The teacher, ethical teacher, ethical person, respect all the culture. So probably from other states or other what is it, country, and different types of races. So ethical teacher should not criticize those people. Instead, the teacher should follow this inclusiveness and give respect to all sort of these people. So this is another important characteristics of ethical leader. And consistency and reliability is very important. As I said earlier, integrity is somewhat related with consistency. And Tamil we can say, nilaiputtanmai, the consistency, and reliability is nanbagattanmai. So this is very important. Ethical leaders are consistent in their words and action. So they never change their words. Okay, they keep their words and promises. So this is what one of the important qualities of an ethical leader, building a reputation for reliability and trustworthiness. Okay. So the teachers and not only the head of the institution, all teachers should try to practice these values of consistency and reliability, so that your students will trust you, believe you. So we should try to keep our words in our day-to-day life. So this is the first key elements of what I call this ethical leadership. The next one is fairness. In Tamil, we can say fairness. நியாயமா நடந்துக்கிறது அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல. So fairness. They won't be partial. Equitable treatment. Okay. Equitable treatment is one of the characteristics of an ethical leader ensures that students and staff are treated fairly without bias and favoritism. So equality is entirely different from equity. Okay, equity is something is what is greater than equality. Equality is giving treatment, equal treatment to all people in a classroom. But equity is what uh, uphold policies and practices that promote equal opportunity and success. So, as I said earlier, no, in a class of diversified, what is it, students community. Say, for example, physically challenged students is there. They need some extra help, additional, what is it, coaching, and there are some slow learners in the classroom. They need some additional help and what is it, help from teachers. And there are some students who are economically weaker. So a teacher try to help them. Okay. So to uplift their, what is it, in the society, the what the teacher has to do now is extra attention should be given to those type of students community. So this is called what equitable. So equity, as equity is and equality is something is no equal treatment. So irrespective of their, what is it, emotional status, irrespective of their, what is it, socioeconomic background, irrespective of their what is it, what I we call this physically challenged, emotionally challenged students. No, so equity is very important. Equal treatment should be, an equitable treatment should be given to students. So this is very important aspect of the ethical leader. And next one is a flexible teaching approach we should adapt. No, the fair teacher, no, as a fair teacher are flexible and adaptable to their approach to teaching and assessment. As I said earlier, no, again I am repeating the same thing. No, so a class of different, what is the heterogeneous class. No, some students are intelligent, and some students are dull students, and some students are slow learners, and some students are emotionally and economically backward. So to cope up all the students, what we have to do, the teacher should use some flexible and adaptable teaching approaches. So this will be very helpful to meet out the needs of all sort of students in the classroom. Okay, so one size fits all is not a policy. So we should follow different types of approaches to meet out the various needs of various type of students in a classroom. So the flexible teaching approach is very important. This is another important aspect of the quality of ethical teacher or ethical leader. And inclusive practices, the fairness includes, as I said in the previous points, no, ethical leaders promote inclusive practices valuing diversity, ensuring that unique needs and perspective of all individuals are heard and respected. So this is very important. So American educational concept, no child left behind. No child left behind. So in the sight of God, all souls are very precious. In the sight of God, all souls are very precious. So no child left behind. The teacher and the ethical teacher, if you and you are ethical teachers, no, will give. We should give respect to all sort of people in our classroom, and we should give hear the voice. So this is very another important quality of an ethical leader. And continuous improvement through feedback. So, uh, no one is a teacher and no one is a student. All are learners. No, All are learners. All are learners. All are teachers. All are learners. All are teachers. A teacher is a learner, and sometimes learners are teachers. So that we should understand. Every teacher should understand. Sometimes students are our teachers, and what we should know, we should get the feedback from our students. So we should not think now we are master of all. So we may commit mistake, we may not be effective teacher, and our communication cannot be what is it very effective. So what we have to do, we should get the feedback from our students very often, and then we may get positive or negative feedback. That feedback should be used to develop our what is it a career. So seek feedback from students and colleagues to continuously improve their fairness and effectiveness is another important. Okay, you can get the feedback from students, your fellow teachers, and head of the institution too. So this will be very helpful for our professional development and professional growth. So this is another characteristics of ethical leader. So the second key element is fairness. First one is integrity, and there's a fairness we have seen. And third one is what is empathy. Empathy is something is different from sympathy. Empathy is something is great, no? Sympathy is a hallmark of ethical leadership. So if you want to be an ethical leader, no, or if you are a ethical leader, definitely you have this quality, no. So you should have this quality, empathy. Uh, so you know what is empathy. So there are many teachers, no, empathetic teachers, no, empathetic. We are all empathetic teachers. There is no doubt in it. We are all empathetic teachers, but sorry, sympathetic teachers. But there are only a few empathetic teachers. There are only a few empathetic teachers. We are all sympathetic teachers, and only a few teachers be empathetic teachers. So, what is the difference between this empathetic and sympathetic teachers? Let me see. So, the empathetic teachers, no, in love, God and man become one. Okay, love is something is noble, no. Love is something is noble, but it's in the media present day. There's a media spoil the what is it greatness of love, no. Uh, so in love, God and man become one. The real love is not just seeing the pain of others and feeling sorry for them. So sympathetic teachers just feeling sorry for them, so the pain of others. But the empathetic teacher is consistent in our effort to help them out of their miserable situation. Okay. So we have to help this what is it person who are in very miserable condition. So this is what empathy. Empathy is very something noble and very important for our teaching profession. So we must have this empathy on the slow learners and economically and socially oppressed students and emotionally weak students. So we should identify these those type of students, and we should help them to come out of this. Okay, God is love, and so one becomes perfect when love of God and love of one's brother coexist in. Okay, people are saying, no, I love God, but they won't love their neighbor. They won't love their what is it fellow teachers. They won't love their what is it own students. So big I can definitely say they don't love the God. They don't love God. So they are only preaching, they are not practicing in life. So divine and human fusion is called what? Love. Divine and human fusion is what? As I said now, in the sight of God, all souls are very precious. All souls are very precious, and we should respect the each and every soul of our classroom. So if we really respect, if we really love each and every soul of our classroom, we can be an empathetic teacher. So this is another quality of ethical leader. And inclusive decision making, as I have already told in this introduction part, now is what are the significance of this ethical leader? I have already discussed. Ethical leaders emphasize their students, teacher can better understand the needs and concerns, and fostering more inclusive and supportive work environment. It is a collaborative work, decision making process, as discussed with all members, all stakeholders, and take decision making. So this type of decision making is a participatory decision making or democratic way of decision making. So this empathetic teacher or empathetic leader always has this what is democratic decision making and participatory decision making. Participated decision making, as you all know, inclusive of all stakeholders, students, teachers, as well the community members, the parents, everyone. So this is another quality. And overcoming emotional barriers. Expressing affection can be challenging at times, yet it's crucial for fostering meaningful connection and nurturing relationships with others. So if you are an empathetic teacher, you have to face a lot of what is it barriers. That barrier should be overcome. That barrier should be overcome. It is also very difficult task. Let us go to this. This is the third one, as third key elements of ethical leader. And fourth one is responsibility. Ethical leaders, as I said earlier, no, ethical leaders take ownership of their action and decision, setting a strong example for the team members. Okay. They are answerable to what they think, speak, what they think and speak, and responsible for what they fail and refuse to do. So, as I said, no, the ethical teacher, they always keep their words, they are answerable to their what is it action. They are answerable to their words. That is what responsibility. That is what responsibility. So this responsible teacher, as I said, if there is any success and if there is any failure, the ethical teacher is take responsibility. The responsibility. So there are some teachers, they are always blaming the students. So the students are not studying well, and the administration is not doing, not providing all facilities, and just they are blaming others. They are blaming blaming the administration or the students or the parents. So definitely we can say these sort of teachers are not ethical teachers. No, they don't have any responsibility at all. Simply they try to escape from the situation. So if you are a responsible teacher, or if you are ethical teacher, so you will take responsibility for all this, what you think and what you speak. So this is another quality of an ethical teacher or an ethical leader. And teacher and parents are crucial as a role model is very important, as you all know. As there are old saying in Tamil, no, தாயை போல பிள்ளை சூளை நூலை போல சேலை. I can say, no, டீச்சரை போல மாணவன். ஓகே, அப்படி கூட சொல்லலாம். டீச்சரை போல் மாணவன் அப்படின்னு நம்மளால சொல்ல முடியும். So teacher and parents are what is it important role, playing important role model as an example of accountability. Okay? Accountability is very important. They set platform for the students to follow, learn from their own governance. So accountability is very important. This was the students are now, they are imitating this teacher's behavior. If I am responsible, if I am accountable, okay, if I am an honest person, my students will imitate my behavior. My students will imitate my behavior. So I said earlier, no. So preaching is very simple. Preaching is very simple, and teaching is also very simple, and practicing is very difficult. So we teachers have to follow all these, what is it, ethical principles and moral values. If we practice, the younger one no, will watch our behavior and they will try to imitate. They observe our behavior and they will try to practice all our what is it, these ethical values in their life. To introduce the idea of responsibility in children, we should be first one to behave responsibility and to present the role model for them to follow. At the end of the day, nourishing and responsible attitude in ourselves and others must be at most objective for caring and fair society to be. And social responsibility. Another the fifth one is no element of ethical leadership is social responsibility. So under social responsibility, the first one is diversity, respecting the diversity, the value and respect cultural diversity, as I we have discussed now, incorporating diverse perspective in the teaching and curriculum to ensure all students feel represented and included. So if you teach anything, we should students every student should feel they are represented. They are represented. Right. So this inclusiveness is very important. Inclusiveness, as I said, in terms of culture, in terms of what is the race, in terms of socioeconomic background and all other diversity. And encouragement. They actively engage in parents, caregivers, and broader community to build partnership and support students. Okay. The teacher no is ethical teacher should encourage all sort of stakeholders to participate in the what is it holistic development of the students and also the welfare of the organization and the welfare of the society as well. So this is very important. Okay. Uh, all are important. Okay. No one uh, all are stars, all are equal to. Okay? All are stars and all are equal to. No one is superior and no one is inferior in the universe. All are stars and all are equal to. And should the ethical teacher definitely know these type of teachers will give due respect to all sort of stakeholders, parents, community, caregivers, even students, and every sort of people. No, so this encouragement is very important. Encourage them to participate in the school activity. Encourage the community people to participate in the school. Encourage the parents to participate in the school activity. So it helps the holistic development inside and outside the classroom, as well as the holistic development of this what is it child. So this is also a very important quality of ethical leader. And the ethical leader no, examine the issues. No, they encourage the students to critically examine social issues, justices, inequalities, empowering them to become informed and active citizens to advocate for positive changes. So critical analysis encourage students to think critically, to analyze the problem critically. So this is another important quality of a ethical leader. Okay. So the teacher should not think he is the head of the classroom and he knows everything or she knows everything. Okay. So the inclusiveness is very important. As I said, no participative decision making, participative problem solving is will be more effective than now individual decision making process. So this is we should encourage the students to participate all these things. And Next one is global awareness. The ethical leaders now fosters a sense of global awareness and responsibility, helping students to understand their interconnectedness with people around the world and encourage them to take action on global issues. So this globalization is another. There is an old saying no in Cunningham Puguntanas in Yadumure Yavaringal, all are my kin, all my kids. Yarumure Yavarum Galir. So global village, we are living in the global village, and understand this, what is that sense of global awareness and responsibility. We must have we should move from this citizenship of a nation to world citizenship. So the teacher should teach the world citizenship to the students. So encourage no in the global awareness in the some global issues. The teacher should talk about the global issues. For example, no the global warming, okay, climate change, all other aspects. No, so we have to teach our students, so make them understand. So we are not alone. No, we are interconnected with other what is it countries. No, so this is it develops. No, develops as a tolerance and internationalization concept. So this will also very helpful to the students. So the teacher should teach the global awareness to the students. Another important aspect. Okay, so these are all the 5 key elements of ethical leadership, as we discussed now, say integrity, fairness, empathy, responsibility, and social responsibility. Now let us see this impact of ethical leadership on institutional culture. What is the impact of this? No, the first impact, no, a trustworthy person. Ethical leader is a trustworthy person. So, what is the impact of this? No, if a leader, no, if a leader in terms of what can head of the institution or the teachers or the authorities, if they are trustworthy, definitely they've learned good names from the society. And no, as I said, no, the n number of schools across the state, but only few schools are recognized as a good schools and great what is it, renowned schools, and what is it, reputed institution. The reason why no is trustworthy. So the people trust the institution. They believe that what is it, their what is the reputation. So that we should earn from. We can earn with the help of this. What is it? Trustworthiness. This is the first impact of the ethical leadership. And the second one is students' engagement. It's with the ethical leadership as a no participatory approach. So the ethical leader involves all sort of people in the community, and particularly the students. So students, here in this ethical leadership, no, the ethical leader encourages students to participate in all type of activity. Is it helps for their holistic development. So this is the second impact of this ethical leadership on an institutional level, holistic development of a child. And the third one is lower turnover. If the teacher is such a trustworthy person, if the head of the institution is a trustworthy person, or the authorities of the institution, definitely will reduce the dropout rate of the students. Okay, outgoing, I mean dropouts, dropout in the sense, the middle of their studies, no, the students going out of the institution in their studies, middle of the studies, will be less. And as well the teachers, no, teachers, they are what is it, leaving from the institutions, no. So every year there are some institution, every year they are new recruiting new teachers. So this is not the what is it, the healthy practice of healthy practice, and it is not the good for the welfare of the students as well, the welfare of the institution. So why the student teachers are leaving from the institution every year? The reason is what trust. There's a ethical leadership. They don't have a sound ethical leader. So this is the problem. No? So if an organization or educational institution has a ethical leader, ethical what is it? Teachers definitely the teachers won't leave from the institution. So this is the another impact of ethical leadership. And ethical decision making, as I said no earlier, now participative approach, ethical decision making. So ethical decision making, sometimes it leads to some ethical dilemma. So the ethical dilemma now is the teacher cannot take any decision at all. At this during this time, now the teacher must have a healthy discussion with all sort of people and what is it, school community, head of the institution, teachers, authorities, students, parents as well. So then he can or she can take a decision making. That decision can be a correct decision. I want. So this ethical leadership helps do the institution in this aspect. And innovation is another what is it, impact of ethical leadership. So and in what way this ethical leadership helps uh, to make innovation in the institution? As I said earlier, no, respect the students, respect the students. Okay, so hear the voice, hear the students' voice, respect their words, and freedom. What is a democratic atmosphere in the classroom, which helps to develop innovation or create innovation in the school community. So in this way, this ethical leadership has its own impact on the education institutional culture. Are you getting? Are you all listening?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Okay. Then uh, let us see fostering ethical leadership within educational context. So how can we develop this ethical fostering this ethical leadership in our institution? Can you tell me a few points? As a teacher, are you all teachers, or is there any students here? Please let me know you are all teachers.
Sir, only teachers.
Only teachers. Good.
Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. Then definitely you can tell me some what is it techniques or strategy to fostering this ethical leadership in the educational context. Okay. Okay, let me proceed. So the first one, the set the tone. No, it's very important. What is it? One. So first, if I want to foster this, develop this ethical leadership in my institution, what I should do now is I should create that atmosphere. So that is very important. As a conducive atmosphere is very important. So I must be an ethical person first, and I should give freedom to the students and my teachers. So if I give this, if I set this tone in an educational institution, uh, it automatically develop this ethical values, no, to my students as well as my teachers. Ethical leaders in the school set tone for the entire institution is the first one. Okay, there must not be any threatening situation or condition in an educational institution. So this is the first one for fostering ethical leadership. And the second one, as we have discussed earlier, no, building trust. Ethical leaders prioritize transparency, honesty, and integrity in their interaction. So, if a teacher or if a head of the institution prioritize transparency in all aspects, in terms of their what is it, evaluation, in terms of the teaching, in terms of treating the students, and in terms of respecting their fellow teachers, in all aspects, no, transparency is very important. So, if an ethical leader prioritize transparency, honesty, and integrity in their interaction, definitely it develop trust. Okay, trust among the faculty members, and your students will trust you, and your head of the institution, your authority will trust you. So that atmosphere is very important for developing the ethical leadership. Okay. So just like that, we cannot develop this. It's a very hard and difficult job now, developing ethical leadership in an educational institution. Okay. So it's and also it is a very time consuming process and the hardest and toughest job. So சொல்லுவாங்க இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் எல்லாரும் ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கிறாங்க, நீ மட்டும் ஏன் எப்படி இருக்கிற அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஸோ நான் மட்டும் தனியா இருக்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபீலிங் இருக்கும். ஸோ இல்லைன்னா எல்லாரும் ஊரோடு சொல்லுவாங்க, பி ரோமன் ரோ, ஊரோடு ஒத்துப்போ, நீ ஏன் மட்டும் வித்தியாசமா இருக்கு அப்படின்னா சொல்லுவாங்க. அதுக்கெல்லாம் நம்ம சரியாயிட்டோம்னா நம்ம முடிஞ்சு போச்சு, எல்லாரையும் போல இருக்க வேண்டியதான். That we cannot be an ethical leader and we don't have any this what is honesty, transparency, and integrity, and definitely we can say we don't have any ethical values and moral values. And promoting accountability. Ethical leadership involves holding oneself and others accountable for their action. Okay, first I must be accountable, okay, for my actions and for my what is it activities. And you encourage your students or you practice your students to take the accountability, for their action and so promoting accountability is another, is practicing is a teacher should be a role model for all these things. Ethical leader must be a role, must set a role model. And to foster this ethical leadership in an educational institution, ethical leadership involves addressing ethical challenges and conflicts in a timely and effective manner, right? So this is another important is a strategy, is encouraging dialogue with the members, empowering others, and innovation. I said no, so full freedom should be given. We should respect the words of the students and the ideas, respect the students' idea. So empowering others, empowering your students, empowering your teachers, empowering your what is it parents. So these will be very helpful for developing the ethical leadership in empower others, act ethically, and make participated in decision making process, all type of decision making. And addressing challenges is as you all know, as I said earlier, as ethical leadership is not acting an ethical person is not an easy job. We have to face a lot of challenges. So that is very important. Okay, நம்ம உடனே சொல்லிடக்கூடாது, எதுக்கு உனக்கு இந்த வம்பு, நீ எல்லாரையும் போல இருந்துட்டு போ. Okay, students are always saying no, so these teachers are good teachers, they are so giving very good marks, but this teacher is not, he is a miser, he is not giving marks. Okay, students say புரிஞ்சிருவான், நல்ல டீச்சர் கெட்ட டீச்சர் on the basis of giving awarding marks. Okay, அப்ப ஒரு நல்ல டீச்சர் கரெக்டா வேல்யூ பண்ணி கரெக்டா மார்க் போட்டாருன்னா அவருக்கு நல்ல டீச்சர்னு பேர் கிடையாது. அவர் கெட்ட டீச்சர். ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸோட பெர்ஸ்பெக்டிவ்ல. ஒரு டீச்சர் சும்மா மார்க் போட்டிருந்தாருன்னா அவர் நல்ல டீச்சர். So we have to face a lot of challenges. So ethical leadership involves addressing ethical challenges and conflicts in a timely and effective manner is another is. And one more thing is respecting and promoting diversity in the classroom. Promoting diversity and respecting diversity in the classroom is. Now let us see the challenges of ethical leadership. What are the challenges of ethical leadership? The first one is we can say resistance of change, resistant to change. Resistant to change is what is it? One of the important challenges of ethics. So people are not ready to change their attitude. People are not ready to change their what is it routines. So this is a very big challenges or issue in an educational institutions. Not only in educational institution, in the community also. Okay, so we are not ready to accept the changes. Okay, we are not ready to accept the changes. So resistance is there. Resistance is there. If ethical teacher introduce some sort of what is it programs or some sort of scheme or some of framing some sort of rules and regulation, all other teachers they won't cooperate. No, the reason is what they are resistant to adopt the new situation. So this is a very big challenge for ethical leadership. And pressure for short-term results. So usually the educational institutions, they are running many educational institutions. They are running their institution for the result-oriented short-term result. They are focusing on only on results. They are not focusing on the what is it holistic development of the child and the holistic development in terms of so ethics and moral values, including ethics and moral. So we are producing only what is it educated students without what is it morality and without what is it ethical principles. This is a very big what is it disaster we are facing nowadays. All educational institutions, many education, not all, many educational institutions, they are producing knowledge loaded students with the mind is fully loaded with knowledge. Okay, minds fully loaded with knowledge without ethics and morality. That's why the students are doing all sort of stupid things in the classrooms. And so பாக்குறமே நியூஸ்பேப்பர்ல டீச்சரை கத்தினால குத்திட்டான், டீச்சரை அரைஞ்சிட்டான், பேரண்ட்ஸ் அடிச்சிட்டான் அப்படின்லாம் வர்றது என்னன்னா they are observing the teachers, they are observing the parents, they are observing all sort of community, and they are imitating the same thing in this society. So the thing is what as I said the teachers and parents are the important agency for ethical development, ethical value. So we are all the agents, parents and teachers. So the students are getting all sort of what is it learning many things from parents and teachers. So why the students are behaving? We are only giving teaching, and their mind is fully loaded with knowledge without ethics, morality, and everything. So we are focusing only on this what is it result. So this is the main issue we are facing nowadays in the classrooms. So in today's fast-paced school environment, leaders may face pressure to prioritize short-term gains or long-term ethical consideration. So this is the important challenges. Second important, the first one is resistance. The second one is pressure Probably the administration may give pressure. So because it's also very important aspect of result oriented or and the third one is a complex ethical dilemma. No, ethical dilemmas are not always black and white. Leaders must navigate complex situation where multiple ethical principles may come into conflict. So uh, there are ethical dilemmas, which is correct and which is wrong, which one is we can do and which one we cannot do. So this is also a very big dilemma in our. So in a few years back, I read a newspaper. I read a news in a newspaper. One teacher asked the students to clean their classrooms. So the parents are complaining, no, to the CEO, chief education officers. The parent students are used, or students are asked to clean the classroom. So cleanliness is next to the cleanliness. This is what our teachers taught me. But now the teacher asked the students to clean the classroom. Immediately the authorities took action on the teacher. So this is what happening in nowadays in the classroom, in schools and educational institutions. So the teachers are struggling which one is correct and which one is wrong. No, ethical dilemma. This is what going on everywhere in the. That's why not teachers are not taking any responsibility nowadays. So the legal action and what is it and official procedure, official actions they are taking on the student teachers. So this is also leads to all type of what is it the problem, complex ethical dilemmas and accountability. Ethical leader must hold themselves and others accountable for ethical lapses, which can be a challenging in practice. So I can be a ethical leader. So that no one can ask me why you are an ethical leader. But if I ask others to be an ethically follow the ethical principle, it's very difficult. You want வேலையை பார்த்துட்டு போ. Accountants, ethical leader must hold themselves, and it's very easy. Others accountable for ethical labs, challenging practice. No, class immediately the teachers will form association. They will charge all type of put all type of charging on this. What is it? Ethical leader will create all type of problems in the education. This is what happened.